What's up YouTube? It's Ben Nader and I'm back with another video, guys. Thanks for checking out my channel. I appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed so far. On this channel we talk about entrepreneurship, building businesses, startups, and pretty much everything in between. So if you like that kind of stuff and you like to learn about that kind of thing, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you are, just smash the like button because it ranks these videos up, and just by asking for it, it just helps out, and a lot of people tend to like. So I appreciate that. So let's dive right into today's topic, which is the law of averages. So a lot of times we talk about specific like recruiting agency stuff on this channel. Today I wanted to talk about business in general and what the law of averages means to you and to me and to the business world as a whole. So basically, you could be stuck. You could have a bad month. You could have a bad quarter. You could have even more than a bad quarter. Like you might not have enough clients, or you might be short clients, or things might not be very consistent for you, right? But that stuff doesn't matter. And as a real entrepreneur playing the long game, you have to understand the law of averages, which basically means your end of year profits and what you final out at when you're talking to your CPA and filing your taxes. How much did you actually earn over the course of the year? Especially in recruiting and things like that, you might be able to get a $40,000 deal and then crickets for 2 months. And then you might be able to get a $25,000 deal, crickets for a month, and then a $10,000 deal. Sometimes things aren't as always consistent as you want them to be, but that's not a big deal, right? As long as you focus on a few core elements that I wanted to talk about today, really specifically with you guys, because I think they've helped me tremendously in starting my agency over a year and a half ago and grinding me all the way to the level that I'm at right now. So without further ado, the basics are these. If you are working in a specific niche and that niche is working for you, meaning you're getting paid by that niche, like you're doing business, things are successful, it's working out, it's not difficult, you're getting clients, stay in that niche. Do not fix something that's not broken. Keep yourself in that niche, find more networking in that niche, get referrals in that niche, keep finding clients in that part of business and keep working it. Like, don't change something that is not broken. Like, keep doing it, just flat out. And the reason that this is so important is that a lot of people think they need to try out different things, and shiny ball syndrome comes into effect, and they need to check out what's here, what's there, and oh, this business sounds cool and that business sounds cool, or this niche is awesome. Forget all that. You need to be laser focused in on what's making you money, period. That's it. You can oftentimes get distracted on Facebook, Instagram, or just talking with people, other entrepreneurs that might be in different businesses than you, and making money and stuff. And you might think, wow, maybe I can get into that business and make the money that they're making. Well, oftentimes it's not the case. You just need to focus on what you're doing and you'll make a ton of money doing it. I guarantee it. So the second is you need to set boundaries and you need to value yourself and understand what that value is. So what I mean by that is basically when you're looking into the marketplace and you're doing business with different clients, you need to understand that there are boundaries, right? So a lot of times new entrepreneurs, especially in recruiting or pretty much any other type of business, they might just take any type of work that comes their way. Like if a client approaches you and they have, a request for whatever type of work it is, and it's a little bit difficult, a little bit ludicrous, it's maybe a little bit of an over ask of you, you need to understand what your value is and where your boundaries are. So recently I had a scenario where this happened, and someone was talking to me about a really difficult recruiting task where they wanted, they wanted to recruit really simple candidates, but they wanted to do it in a really weird fashion. It just wasn't going to work out. The pay was low, so my fee was going to end up being very low, and there's boundaries. And you have to just learn how to say, no, that's not worth my time. I'm not going to invest into this, because ultimately you're investing your time. As an entrepreneur and as a business person, you're investing your time. You need to set proper boundaries and stick with them. Don't be afraid to hold your guns and say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, that's not going to work for me. The third thing I want to say is constantly and consistently be in a state of development. Okay, personal development, business development, all of it. So when you're honing your craft and you're doing business with clients, always be trying to get better. Like every single deal that you do should be better than the last, whether it be how fast you get the candidates, the caliber of the candidates that you get if you're in recruiting, and just the expediency at which you work and the quality of your work. Like, always make sure you're checking your own metrics, checking yourself, and asking yourself the question, like, did I do a good job on this? Did I do a quality job? Did I do a better job than the last client that I had? That's a huge thing, to be able to make sure that you're going upwards and not just staying lateral, right? The fourth thing that I want to throw in here is use hacks, okay? So use shortcuts and hacks where you can, right? So things like testimonials, referrals, your network, like, utilize these things, right? So if you're in a lull, if you're in a down spell or something like that, reach out to clients that you had great success with, ask them for a referral, like, talk to them and just say, hey, wanted to talk to you about, so-and-so, how are they doing? Are they doing good? And they'll say, yeah, great. They're working out great for us. Awesome. Great. Well, would you have any recommendations for anyone in similar business or other businesses that may need our services as well? Really simple ask, right? Don't worry about offending anybody or crossing any boundaries. There's no boundaries to be crossed. This is just networking, right? So put yourself out there, use these tools, use these hacks. Like, it's not an issue to actually go in and straight up just ask for something. That's the key element in sales, is straight up asking for it. So, like, when you do that, you're just doing business as usual. So it's not weird to people. It's not like awkward or anything like that. The fifth thing that I would say is build your own confidence, okay? A lot of times, new entrepreneurs have self-esteem issues, or they have confidence issues with, like, what they can do. They have imposter syndrome, where they think, man, I could never make $100,000 doing that, or man, wow, that would be crazy, like, to get this deal and work with this client. You would be very surprised. And I've done a video before where I said something along the lines of, you are so much more capable than what you think you are. And that's so true with your value and what you have to bring to the table. A lot of people just have no idea how capable they are. And so you are capable of building up your own confidence. So when you work on a client and then you work on another client, remember those clients, remember what you did for them. Like, recall, like, the awesome placements you made and, like, the excellent, like, service you gave them, and build confidence in your head around that, and blow your ego up and say, yeah, like, I did all that, and, like, I'm awesome at this, and, like, I can place anybody for anybody, and just go with that mentality and build your confidence, and know that, like, your self-esteem is literally going to be built by yourself. It's not going to be built by anybody else. Like unless you want to pay for a coach like $5,000 a month to tell you, like, hey man, like, you can do this. Tell yourself that, like, it's free, okay? Just do that, all right? And then the last thing I want to say is that, you just need to be absolutely committed to doing these things to find success. If you're not committed, or your heart's not actually in the long game, like, looking at this business that you're in as an investor, playing the long game, like, understanding that the payoff is out there. It's truly out there. It's not next week. That's an employee mentality, getting paid next Friday. The business mindset is, how is this going to pay me off in a month, at the end of the quarter? What is it going to look like at the end of the year? I mean, like, that's the business mindset, right? You're not looking to get a check every week. You're not looking to get a check, every 2 weeks, or whatever an employee, takes from their 9-to-5 slave job. That's not you. Like, you're an entrepreneur. You need to play the long game. You need to be really committed to utilizing these elements that I talked about in this video to really find your success. So as long as you're there, as long as you're in that mindset, and if you're in some sort of a lull, just remember this, watch this video, hone in on these 5 things that I mentioned, and I truly think that you'll find some success and things will pick up really nicely. So thought that'd be a good Friday send-off video for the weekend, although I will be coming right back at you Saturday with another video. And so I really appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, like this video if you find any value in it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, take care.